Hi, everyone. This is Lynette. I'm so glad you're on the call. Today, what I want to talk about is looking at our life and leading it from a place of purpose. And one of the things that I'm really clear about, I love Esther and Jerry Hicks' work, the Abraham Hicks work, and if you're not familiar with it, please do yourself a favor and take a look on YouTube, just Google Abraham Hicks. But one of the great things that I love that they speak about, that Abraham speaks about, is that the basis of our life is freedom, and the purpose of our life is joy. And when we focus on, when we become incredibly observant of our thoughts and our feelings, and when we resonate with the space of our joy, we are in a creation mode. Now, a lot of times we will create from a space of default, utilizing contrast and saying, I don't want this, I don't want that. And a lot of us are, as human beings, we're conditioned to suffer. We think that we need to struggle. We need to work hard to get somewhere and make something happen, to force an outcome. And we've all been through challenges in our lives. As part of the great process of being here on the planet is sifting through our experiences and sorting, the contrast, sifting through it all and going, I like this, I don't like that, I like this, I don't like that. And I think that we've become accustomed to the suffering mainly because of contrast, mainly because we're taught, you want this, you don't want that. And what I'd like to talk about today is really being focused on joy. And despite all the difficulty, despite any challenges or things that are not in alignment with what I desire in my life, I always want to come back to the thoughts of joy and what I am creating. A lot of time, I have friends and have been, coached money management and all sorts of things. And everybody talks about, well, you're a metaphysician, you're in the new age world. It's all about the law of attraction. And you can get a lot of people who are like, well, you're not grounded and you're not, you have to really be present to what's so. The wars are what's so. This is what's so. But the news, all the troubles and challenges and the suffering that's going on in the world, the earthquakes, all the difficulties. And I'm really present to noticing my thoughts when I pay attention to those things. Not that I don't want to contribute and make a difference with the earthquake challenges or with the earthly shifts that are happening that are impacting people around the world, with the financial impacts of people around the world. It's not that I'm not present to those. It's that I choose not to focus on the suffering or the challenges of those. What I want to do is I focus on the joy, the lessons that come from it, from what we've seen, how we have joined together to make a difference across the globe to support communities of people that we may never meet, but that we're willing to make a difference for, such as Haiti and Chile and, everything from Katrina, everything that's happened, in our world. And not that there's not financial challenges happening for people. I work with a lot of clients who are, CFOs and CEOs, and a lot of times they say to me, I just don't feel joy. They don't feel joy in their position because they have spent their life chasing the dollar. They've spent their time, chasing the material things, and when they get them, they don't even have the time to enjoy them. I'm fortunate enough to be in Austin this past week with my family, and being with my granddaughter, who is 18 months old and is just a bundle of joy herself. It really had me realize that, as children, we are so free. When we come into this world, we're free, we express our hurts, and then we let them go. Children, when they get upset, they'll cry, but then they let it go. They don't stay angry because they didn't get, the sucker that they wanted, 5 minutes ago. They let it go, and they focus on the joy. And being around my granddaughters really helped me see how simple it is to be in the presence of joy and to be present to the now, like Eckhart Tolle speaks about, and really see what it is in our lives, what it is that we all desire, not from a space of something is missing. Esther, when she's channeling Abraham, she said something to the fact of, recently I was watching one of her YouTubes, and she said something to the fact of there's a real minute difference between something that you desire from the energetic perspective of I desire this, and there's a space of something's missing. Right? And I noticed that a lot of times we do this. I desire a new home because the one I'm living in doesn't work for me. Versus I desire a new home, period, because I want to have the experience of this or that. I want to have the experience of freedom and ease, a backyard for a dog, those sort of things. And when you can be present to your life, that the whole basis of your life is freedom, just like, a little child running through the park, screaming as loud as they can, being happy and exhilarated and full of joy. When you realize that that's the basis of your life, that's the whole reason you're here, is to experience joy and to realize that we so often choose to suffer because we're conditioned that way. Our mind is set up, the neural pathways are set up that way because of our culture, because of the way we've been trained, because of our fears, and because of not only our fears, but our ancestors' fears. And looking at that and saying, there's a reason why so many of us, we love the movies where there's fictional characters as superheroes that come out and save the day, because it's almost like an alter ego of ours that we want to come out and save the day. And truly, there's nothing to save when you're in the space of joy and realizing that all these things are so, the challenges last year with Wall Street and financial and the mortgage industry, that's what's so. But that's a reality that doesn't have to be mine. In other words, it can be an alternate space that I choose not to participate in because I don't have that experience, because I'm not aligned with it, because I'm not afraid. I stand every day in the process and in the space of creating something new and powerful every day, and looking at joy and what it takes to have that is really interesting, because I think it boggles our mind because it's something so easy that we can't even grasp it. John Lennon said, "Time you enjoy wasting is not wasted." And it's like, I think a lot of times we get to this thing of, well, I've wasted time. I'm not doing things. I'm not doing this. I'm forcing outcomes. I haven't, accomplished all that I want to accomplish in my life. Well, I ask you, if that's something that you're living with, why do you want to accomplish those things? Do you want to accomplish them for fame, for fortune, because someone else told you to? Or is it that you're driven to it? Your passion is that. And when it's your passion to do that, the actions naturally occur. You naturally become in alignment, and you meet other people that will support you in what your goals and what you're accomplishing. And it's with freedom and ease. I think sometimes we think too much. I think that we think too much. And we get so focused in our head that we're not paying attention to how we feel. Think back for a second to the last time you really felt complete and total love. There was nothing else just but the bliss of that love in that space, whether it was with your intimate love partner, whether it was with your pet, whether it was with your grandchild, your babies, whatever, even if it was just you by yourself sitting under a tree at a park. That is the space we want to create from. That is the space of joy. I think a lot of times that we collapse, accomplishment with, success, and that we don't discern the difference of what drives our success and what we consider accomplishment. To me, having a life full of joy and freedom is a huge accomplishment and a great success. Yet I'm not being driven by the have-tos, and everything naturally falls into place. It's really interesting in this time and space of what there is in the world of reality, people losing jobs and la 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 la, right? The contrast that people are showing themselves. And my business continues to grow. And I think the reason why my business continues to grow is because I'm focused on loving people. I'm focused on making sure that I can support each and every one of you in being free and having your life full of joy. When you can be present as much as you can to where your thoughts are, what you're feeling, don't discount your feelings. Don't, cover them over. Realize that the love that you feel, the passion that you feel, the joy that you feel is a signal that you're in alignment with something that works for you, or something that is divine, something that you're guided to pull the thread and follow that path. Pull the thread, find it. This week, take some time and be present to joy in your life. Expand the joy. Even if it's just the sun as you're driving to work, it's warming up. Spring is here. We have daylight savings time. Everything is like, wow, moving. We're going into a great season. One of the practices that I have my clients do, that I do myself, is that every day I write down 10 things that I appreciate and 10 things that I'm attracting or allowing into my life. And that has me be focused on joy. That has me be present. And so in any point in time during the day, when I, cycle in and out of that space of joy or appreciation, when my vibration is not at its peak, I can look to those things. I can look to what I appreciate and feel that vibration so that I can realign myself with the law of attraction. So this week, take some time and not only be present to what you appreciate, but be present to the joy in your life. Be present to all that you have, not of the worries, not of the stresses, but of the joy that there is in your life. And remember, what you focus on expands. What you put energy to expands. So focus on what you desire through joy, not what you desire because there's something incomplete or something that you don't have. Now, I know it's a really fine line, but pay attention to the vibration. Pay attention to how it feels as you focus on something that you desire for the joy of the experience, not because you don't have it. Okay? Have a great week, and I'll talk to you next Monday.
Bye.